ahead and get started.
Yeah.
Welcome to the SMART Group. And we do have one new visitor today, so I'm glad I have a chance to explain a little more about what we do. SMART stands for Social Media and Relevant Tools. And lately I've been trying to explain to people a little more about how we're different from a networking group, because we're not a networking group, as we all know, right? We are an educational or business educational group and training group. And I think the thing that really makes the members of this stand apart is the intellectual curiosity. So when I describe my ideal client, I say somebody with intellectual curiosity. So I found just reading a book that I really am enjoying. I'll give you the name in a minute. But okay, I'm going to read this to you. According to an article in Harvard Business Review, only 10% of the population has what's called the, quote, learning mindset. These are people who seek out and enjoy learning. The other 90% of the population will not look to improve their skills unless they have to as part of their job requirement. So I really, if you're talking to somebody and they say, well, I'm already in a networking group, so this, you can explain to them, this is not a networking group. We are learning all the time. We all enjoy learning. So anyway, announcements. Tomorrow we have our second quarterly Foundations Workshop, which is for beginners, total beginners. And at 9 o'clock, Mike's teaching Facebook 1 and 2. And then at 1 o'clock, I'm teaching Twitter and LinkedIn. So it's my first time to actually do a how-to on Twitter and LinkedIn. So wish me luck. But if you know anybody that hasn't really gotten started on one of those three platforms, please let them know about it. And we have a couple of spaces left. 15 are registered now. I think we have room for 20. My other announcement is that the SMART Group is growing, which is one reason we have all this technical stuff. I'm going to start broadcasting, live streaming all around the country. In fact, tomorrow I have somebody from Texas watching. Next quarter, I hope to have a lot of people from Phoenix watching live streams. So I've set up some ways to market the Phoenix. And so I needed more help, so I've asked Mike to join me in SMART Group. Mike, I need his help, his technical help, his social media help. So Mike is going to be part of SMART Group with me. And I asked Sharif to please commit to a certain number of presentations. So he's committed to every 6th presentation, right? So now it's in public, so you have to be here, right? So let's go around and introduce ourselves. And the question today, it's also on your agenda, is I see my business looking like blank in 2 years. And I'd like to go ahead and start with, who wants to start? Does anybody in particular want to start? Or Chris, how about you start? And what we do is we say our name and our business. We don't do a 30-second or a 1-minute commercial. We have a directed business-related question.
The other one.
Is it a one-word fill in the blank?
No, not the gain.
It's a phrase, or I mean, just
off on
it could be a couple sentences. But you really have to. But just try to not take too much time.
Okay, I'll start. My name is Chris Hazen-Molina with Heartfelt Workforce and Lifeforce, and I see my business exploding in the next 2 years.
Great. Okay.
It's expanding.
Yeah,
it's exploding.
Exploding. Would you like to join us?
I'm Connie Ryan with Enchanting Occasions, event coordinating and bridal consulting. In 2 years, I'd like to see my company full-blown with an office and 2 employees, full-time employees.
I'm Susan Shull-Smith, and the business I'll mention is I'm an owner of a bead store called The Bead Grundle. And I see that business, is it a year?
In 2 years.
2 years. Okay. In 2
Hey,
years.
Steve.
Sorry about that.
Tripling in business and going from,
Tripling. Okay.
and going from 2 employees.
See where it's facing.
Fantastic.
It's just hanging
I'm
down.
Jennifer Delaney with the Temp Connection, and I see our business growing as well in 2 years.
Great.
I'm Sandy Byron, and I see my business launched, serving a niche, and also maintaining the lifestyle. So it's business success as well as life success.
Right.
I'm Sonia Hodgen. I'm with Kokomat Architecture Design. And I see my business looking like in 2 years, 5 more new locations.
5?
5.
Wow. Around Tucson
Yeah,
or where would they
nationwide,
be? Nationwide?
and 1 more international.
Wow, okay, great.
I'm David Updegraff, CEO of PCOA for All, and with the plans we have underway, I see our business doubling from 150 to 300 clients within 2 years, and significantly profitable.
Private pay? Fantastic. Sharif?
My name is Sharif Morgan, Connexion's Web Development, and I see my business looking like it's continuing to grow, but requiring less of my time in 2 years. Actually, so there's an inverse proportional relationship between.
So you'd be making more money, but
Less time.
spending less
Working
time.
less.
Okay, that's what we all want.
But I have a plan.
Okay. I'm Dale Dillon Lips with the Smart Group, and I see in 2 years that I will have an international presence for online marketing training. Mike?
I'm with Sharif.
Okay.
I want to run my
Stick with me,
business
guys.
from a beach in Fiji in 2 years. So I can stream from the beach.
You want to be like Jordan Adler from Send Out Cards, where he's got that book, and there's the laptop on his, right next to him, and he's looking out at the ocean.
That's right.
Yeah.
Right there.
Okay.
Everybody feels peaceful and we're learning about social media.
Okay.
We'll be looking for you.
Yep. This is my husband, Jim Lips, and he's helping out to get all of the online streaming up and going. And my daughter, Danielle, is our social media technical assistant. Is that what your media assistant?
Yeah.
Yeah. And Steve.
You're the one who named me out of it.
Steve.
Steve Francis with Solaro PC Tech. In 2 years, I'll be 2 years older.
Me too.
We all kind of.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm going the other way.
Yeah.
I see my business
And I think we're still picking up everything off of that.
kind of morphing
I'm not sure
a
that
little
that's
bit
right.
more away from the traditional PCs into more of the mobile devices like tablets and phones. You know, what that will look like exactly, I don't know,
Okay.
but that is the way the
You're in
industry's
the planning
going.
stages on that, yeah.
You have to, it's the way it's going.
So I had sent out, thank you everybody, well, I had sent out a message on Facebook, but I probably should have said it yesterday, that if anybody that got here by 11:55 could put in their card to win a $5 gift certificate to Baggins. So I've been like, mixing these up, I've got all the cards of the people that got here on time.
I was here in spirit.
Okay, well you made it, that's what counts. So, close your eyes and pick one of these. Bead Carnival! Yay, Baggins! Okay, so I wish Baggins was here today.
And it doesn't expire.
She might still come.
No
Yeah.
expiration.
Okay, I just have a brief, a little presentation on Facebook rules because we've been talking a lot about them online, and I've been sending some tips and posting tips, and some of the members have asked me maybe to clarify some. So I've been, well, how many of you feel that you really understand Facebook rules and you won't inadvertently break any rules and get your page wiped out and removed? Does anybody feel totally confident with that, or semi, or okay?
We don't know what we don't know.
That's
Okay,
exactly.
that's right. That's right. So in the last
Don't be a
week,
jerk and don't spam.
in the last week, I've been doing some research on that and some Googling and to see some examples of when people's Facebook pages were taken down. And I researched, there's a lot of stuff out there, and there's a ton of verbiage that Facebook puts up. I mean, they cover themselves on everything. And the bottom line is that it's totally at their discretion at any time to remove your page, your profile, or anything. So you've got to be aware of that. But there are 3 rules, 3 areas that I thought were probably the most important for everybody to remember. One regarding your page name, another on the covers, and then the third one is promotions and what you should and shouldn't do. First, on the page names, only an authorized representative may administer a page. This one's hard to break, but I could see it happening if you authorized other people to administer your page. and then you had a falling out, and they wouldn't, if there might be some kind of, well, maybe it would be your page developer that would have the priority because they set it up, and they wouldn't let you have it back. So you need to make sure that you have total control over your page so that you can dismiss administrators. That's pretty an obvious one. Another thing is that the page names, and I've never seen that, I've never known this before, must accurately reflect the content of your business. So you can't use any generic name like, an example would be you can't just have landscaping company as your business name, or even if it was your business name, you couldn't use it. And I think that's one reason I can't use Lips in my name on my profile, because they won't let me. It's when the rules got tougher. Because I know you've got Lips on yours, but there's lots of Lips.
And there's Brad Lips.
And they all set their profiles up before I did. So,
Is that mostly the business page or the personal page?
Personal.
that's on the personal page, but like you wouldn't be able to set up a page, lip sculpting or.
I think that as far as personal page goes, that particular last name is not because of that. I think it's because they think that it might be somebody trying to present themselves in an inappropriate way.
Okay.
Oh.
I can't imagine why. So the other thing you need to remember is that anything you do as a page, any collection of data that you do, and everybody does try to collect data, you need to make it clear that it's your business that's collecting the data, and Facebook has no part of it. And so you have to have disclaimers about that. And the reason for this is so that Facebook doesn't have any liability. So they're trying to keep themselves from liability. The second area that, does anybody have questions about that?
I have a question in regards to my business page. Right now it says Heartfelt Workforce LLC. If I wanted to change that to Heartfelt Workforce plus Lifeforce, can I do that?
Yes.
Okay.
Probably.
I know they're pretty strict on changing your names, I'm not sure.
They will let
The
me.
URL, maybe, I mean, the top you can probably, but the URL, I'm not sure.
They
But
will
down
let
on
me
the
do
page
that
itself.
Oh,
Really?
I thought-
On
What were you
Hodgin-
trying to change?
From Hodgin Real Estate, because technically you can't use the word real estate. You can use Hodgin Realty, but before I was doing real estate, but now I'm my own brokerage, so I went back to Hodgin Realty. It wouldn't let me do the change.
Okay. So what did you do to apply and find out? Or you just put
You
the
go
name
in there
and
and
rejected it?
automatically ask, and it automatically submits a request, and then they'll send you a rejection email afterwards. And they
Okay.
don't give you a real reason why.
Okay.
Except the fact that it's been open that way.
Is this for the page name or for the URL?
Page name.
Page, okay.
Okay.
Wow.
So it's
So you can
just try.
You can try it. Yeah.
Okay.
You can always open up another page.
Then you lose the fans though.
Yeah. That's
And all the previous content.
Dale, in this attachment that you
Yeah.
sent out, it's got a paragraph on name changes and migrations.
Yeah, and that's, you want to just read that?
Sure.
Or if it's not too long, because I
We
remember
will only
reading.
process name changes and migrations that do not result in misleading or unintended connection. For example, we will allow local to global migrations, such as Facebook France to Facebook, but will not allow global to local migrations or location to location migrations, such as Facebook France to Facebook Russia. Additionally, you may not request a name change or migration that would result in recategorizing a product page to a brand page.
Okay.
So maybe
Yeah,
send
I
another request.
posted a link in the smart group, the private group page, and that's where she's reading that from.
Okay.
So,
I missed
but
that.
I would try it and see how it works. Okay, the second area is on your page covers. And you guys have already heard a lot about this from Mike. So I'm just going to go over it again, but you may not include any price or purchase information. So you can't say 40% off. You can't say free download. Nothing that relates to a product or service is being discounted or whatever the price is. So it's like no selling at all. You can have no contact information. And they even say all contact information needs to go into your about page. So there's places for that. You cannot put Facebook features like share, or the arrow on there. So what they're trying to do, I think, with this. I mean, what do you think the reason for this is? Mike, Danny.
I have a question. I know that some of the really big national chains actually do discounts and free offers through their Facebook page. I mean, I got a free Chipotle burrito through Facebook like 2 weeks ago.
We're gonna get to, yeah, there's a way
Because you
to
just
do
said
it, so I'm
you're not allowed
just,
to.
A right way to do
but
it.
it can't be on your cover.
Oh.
It can't, we're talking about just the cover, the big picture, okay? And you can't say, get it now or tell your friends, that's another one. So the third one that's really complicated, so I'm gonna end up telling you that you'll need to use the Facebook app for it, that's been pre-approved, is on the promotions. And that's the one you see most talked about online, or somebody will write in and say, for some reason, we're doing a contest and my page was taken down. And I don't understand why, because I thought I was following the rules, but they're really, really strict on that. So what Facebook considers a promotion is a campaign where you wish to select a winner for anything. So it doesn't even have to be a monetary thing. And you can't use any Facebook features for your promotions. You must post all the rules somewhere on there, so it gets complicated. And you need to be in compliance with federal, state, and local rules having to do with anything to do with a raffle or a contest. Does everybody know that in Arizona you have to be registered to have a raffle? A lot of people don't know that. There's lots of nonprofits out there that still do them, and they're not registered. And it's quite a large fine if they're reported and charged with it. So the advice is that I could find everywhere. Why are you laughing?
No, I think it's funny.
Okay.
It is fun.
Just do you have a license to do the raffle for baggins? I'm just
No, see, that's the thing. That's what I thought was really funny. I know.
Are we on camera?
Well, but I'm not on Facebook, am I? I'm not on Facebook.
That's no, but you said the state of Arizona.
Yeah. Well, I think there's certain,
Disclaimer.
there's some limits, I know.
I think that was
Actually, I thought about that when I did my Facebook post. I thought, I hope I'm not in violation here, just by saying if
We'll
you
see
come
if
on
your
time.
page is still there tomorrow.
Yeah, oh no. So the thing to do is, there's tons of Facebook apps and handles for you. So you just have to use one. And the one I keep seeing referred to the most is Wildfire, wildfire.com. But if you use a third-party application that Facebook's approved, then you're pretty safe. So that's just my advice that you do that. There's some things you can do. You can provide a giveaway and even collect names and emails from fans and visitors to your page. But it needs you can collect those emails. You know how there's the opt-in page, but it needs to be a custom form. You're not doing it through a Facebook feature. Okay. So I've got a little more, but I think it's time.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
I'm considering something that I'm kind of afraid to do because I don't know if it's legal or not. I'm able to get
I love that. Good way to start, go ahead.
drugs. No.
You're on camera.
Great.
I've been able to collect, like, I'm thinking of starting to do a newsletter. And there's a way to collect all your Facebook friends' email addresses. And I went into playing with MailChimp right now. And there's a way to do it where you create some kind of form to invite people. I'm not sure yet if it goes on as a post or as it goes on as part of your page somewhere. But the other option was to actually make a newsletter, collect those email addresses, and send out emails saying, here's a sample of our thing, and you won't get this unless you subscribe, but here's just a sample. If I were to send some, because that would go out through regular email. I don't know if I would get into trouble doing something like that.
No, there are some of the email services out there like Constant Contact and MailChimp. They have ways that you can send opt-ins, and then somebody knows I'm being asked whether I'm willing to get the email.
They do have a form, but
you
you can't say anything on it. They have no clue what it is. It's very plain.
I think what you can do is you can import that list to MailChimp or the Constant Contact, and then you can set it up where you can have a double opt-in where they can receive a message saying you've been added, would you like to continue or unsubscribe?
Well, that's what I meant.
Just to be
Yeah,
safe.
I think that's fine.
Do something as, I don't know how.
Your iPhone has the option where you actually transfers all your contact from Facebook to your contact information on your phone. So if you could do it that way, it seems like it would be not an issue to be able to transfer that information over to MailChimp.
Yeah, so you can send it as long as you put an opt-in, do it somehow as an opt-in. Okay.
Well, if you do you already have an email list?
Yeah, it didn't come
And
out
have-
very clear, I have to
But
kind of
if you already
massage
have
the
one that-
spreadsheet a bit. but-
Where if people have given you, they've already opted in if they've given you their email.
No, you can get it off of Facebook.
Yeah.
Oh, no, you can't do, okay. No, you need to start collecting your own emails and have them opted in and get permission.
How do you collect the email?
Get them at the shop.
Well,
You just have to start somewhere. What I did, I have 900 on my list now, and what I did is I just got permission on a couple of different lists, and then I just started adding to them, and then when I meet somebody, I say, can I put you on my list? Because otherwise I will get a spam report, which you don't want to do.
Just keep
Yeah.
it clipboard and shop.
We can talk more about that.
all right.
Yeah.
Just a real quick question. I've noticed a few of my friends who said they've got in trouble for liking too many people or asking for too many friends. Is there a limit to that within a certain time frame?
Well,
Yeah.
if you, it looks suspicious, so Facebook will send you a notice.
Okay.
And so, did you read my post about using the subscription feature?
Yes.
Instead?
Yes.
So that's one way, if there's somebody that, even if you've met them but you don't know them very well and it's not clear whether you should send them a friend request, if you just go subscribe to their page,
Okay.
then you could start an interaction on your timeline with them
Okay.
and respond to one of their comments. And then it's really the same as having a friend. So they'll still see all your posts.
I had somebody
If they
subscribe.
subscribe back, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You'll see all theirs, but they have to subscribe back.
I had somebody subscribe to mine and I couldn't figure out, I never knew who he was, and then I realized he was subscribing, but he looked like a stalker.
Okay.
Yeah.
One of those.
So I think I got rid of my
Yeah,
subscribers.
you can get rid of people that have subscribed that you don't want.
Yeah,
It'll
but
also
anyway.
ask if you know them, yes or no, and if you click no, it'll automatically stop them from asking again.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. But anyways, I just didn't know if there's a certain number per day or week or whatever like
Yeah,
that.
if
There's
you-
no magic number.